Good morning. While I'm speaking on the subject of me and things about this issue, I want to tell you something about me and what really happened to me. People said that I was very disrespectful and that I was ornery and that, that I was hot headed and things of that nature. But, as this story is unfolding, you are getting to find out why I responded the way that I responded and why. Now, by no means do I like to disrespect my elders, by no means. And people that really know me, that watch me, they saw one side of me because I was protesting an issue. But when they saw another side of me, they was like, wait a minute, he's not nowhere near as hostile as they were saying. And really, I really don't care what people think about me. No, well, yes, I do. To a certain extent, I don't care what people think about me. But just to make myself clear, and for the sake of repairing my reputation that was dismantled and destroyed, all this amounted to was that there were people that saw a way to put me into slavery, to make me serve involuntary servitude when I knew all the while that I was not this disrespectful, hot headed individual that they were talking about. I was never like that. Now, and they took advantage of that. And when I found out that they were out to do this to me, I responded back in a normal way. I responded back with anger. There were some older people that I did not respect for doing that because when they saw me on the average, they would see me out, they would see me with my child, with one of my kids or something like that. Never seeing me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I never disrespected people because I just don't like to disrespect people. When this began, people began to start slandering me, and when the slander started, at first I ignored it. I ignored it to the point where it started to present me harm. When I realized that this slander had started to present me harm, I began to talk back and disrespect the ones that were intentionally doing this to ruin my life simply because they were jealous of what I was doing. I'm not a disrespectful person. I don't do that. And there are a lot of people out there that are telling you now that the way that I acted back to them was just a normal response. Because after so many years had went by, I began to realize, wait a minute, my life is at stake here. You know, it was as though somebody was just saying, well, I'm going to kill this person, but I'm going to do it slowly. You know, Now I know there were a lot of people out there that did not expect me to survive this. But I have always been the type of individual that has been physically active. A lot of people will tell you they saw me out jogging. I keep myself physically fit. Some people would not have survived this. I don't drink or use drugs, but some people would not have survived this. They probably would have died. And there were some people that just got their heads together and decided to take away from me while at the same time decided to make it very difficult for me, and they have made it very hard for me. But I don't intend to stay there. When somebody does something like that to you, your instincts tell you to begin to fight back. So by no means am I a disrespectful person. I don't like disrespecting people. But if you do that to someone, if someone tries to put you into slavery like that, hey, your responses are just going to kick in. This is the United States of America. I was born a free man, and I'm not going to let nobody put me back into slavery. That's why I responded back the way that I responded back. In no way am I a disrespectful person. And there are a lot of elderly people out there that will tell you that. I don't go around disrespecting people for just for no reason. I'm not ignorant like that. So I'm just giving you the real side of what I am like. As a matter of fact, I go out of my way to respect some elders so much to where there's some backwards people begin to say that I'm too soft. But I was raised to know that respecting people is a tool. You know, I know this. You know, when my mother raised me up, she gave me a good balance. And one of her rules was never to disrespect nobody older than me, and try to respect people before you try to disrespect them, because it is a tool. And another thing that she taught me was to always speak proper. You know, she taught me this because she said that when you talk like that, all people will understand you, and you will be able to relate and talk to anybody. This is what my mother taught me. You know, I have always exercised that. Now, if you catch me in the norm, you may see me out jib jabbing and talking a little jive and jazzy like anybody else do. I'm just a normal individual, but I'm not this bad person that they are constantly coming on TV portraying me to be. I am a family man. You know, I have always been trying to be a family man, and I have always been trying to be a responsible man. But if you're talking just logic, nobody or no man can be responsible if he is not allowed to make money. That's literally impossible. And the story has came out that I have just been blocked out. Now, as far as some of my kids go, some of my kids don't agree with everything that I say, you know, and some of my kids will tell you that I will not hesitate to tell them in a minute that I love them, you know, but I will not be a friend to my kids before I will be a parent. I will not let none of my kids wreck themselves. I would not let my kids, with me being an adult and having some knowledge, allow them to put themselves in a position where they're going to harm themselves. You know, so some of my kids they disagree with me, and you know, probably understandably so, by the influence of what peer pressure and things like that. But they don't understand that if you are a father, you do not, if you know better, let any adult take advantage of your child, whether they're what, in the womb or even close to the tomb. You don't let that happen, especially if your faculties are clicking and you have the knowledge to know what's going on. You do not let no one take advantage of your child. So a lot of things that my kids want, you know, I will not give it to them, because I know the end result is going to be that it's going to present them harm. Now, when they get older, they will realize this. I'm patient enough to wait on that, because my mother told me some things that, and whereas if she would say, well, you don't like me about this because your mind is not mature enough to understand what I'm talking about. That's the same instance with some of my kids. Some of them don't agree with me, but I will not hesitate to tell them that I love them, and they know that I love them, but they don't understand why I do what I do, because their minds are simply not mature enough yet to understand why. But they know that I love them. So to a degree, some of my kids may even think that I'm kind of crazy, and some of your kids think that sometimes too, because they just don't understand that yet. There are adults out there that will put things to a child, or maybe even a young adult, in a nice manner with a wrong intention behind it. Okay? So you as an adult, you have the perception on things like that, and you stop these things from happening. I'm going to cut this video short, and I'll be talking to you soon, but in no way am I a disrespectful individual. I don't believe in that. I'll be talking to you soon.